Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon to all my beloved students. Alright, so again we meet online class for our practicum. So this week, week 11, okay, about half an hour kita akan discuss our 30 to 45 minutes we are going to discuss our pre-lab 6, right? Experiment 6, which we're going to conduct next week, right? And after that kita akan done after discuss pre-lab and also a briefing about our next week class, okay? And then kita akan go for your lab report, experiment 5, okay? So allow me to share my slide. Okay, teacher nak you tengok sekejap video. Okay, so actually cikgu dah share the video dalam GC dalam you punya Telegram. Okay, so this is what you are going to do next week class where for next week class still online, okay, experiment 6. There is a changes Last week teacher ada share about our memo, right? Okay, so cikgu pergi balik kat memo ni. Memo amali ni, okay. Ini memo amali ni. Okay, kalau tengok kat sini, right, this memo teacher nak you take note ada lagi changes. Okay, there will be changes, right, because it seems that you all extend extend your balik semula ke college is on 30th November. Okay, so there will be a changes Ini yang sebelum ni, okay. So what we're going to do next week, minggu 12 dah tukar ni, minggu 12 ni, right. Briefing kita akan postpone to minggu 13 So week 12 next week kita akan buat experiment 6 online Okay, experiment 6 online. So apa yang teacher akan buat, teacher akan provide you a few videos previous Last session actually teacher ada buat video with your senior, sesi lepas, right. Ada a few video yang quite okay. So salah satu yang tadi cikgu dah share dengan kamu in your Telegram, that is one of the example, Okay, cikgu ada berapa group ada 3 kelas, ada 6 kali, ada 18 video. Nanti teacher akan share. So cikgu akan assign, nanti teacher akan tukar dalam bentuk YouTube dulu sebab senang sikit. Dia tak makan space sangat right. And then nanti teacher will divide you into groups. Okay, so that next week you are going to we are going to cikgu akan assign that video dulu. Okay, and then kamu yang akan terangkan during our practical test online next week. Okay, a few procedure, right? Okay, so minggu 12, okay, changes ialah last time teacher kata this is our memo teacher beritahu kamu kelas but because changes in term of kengkangan you tak balik college so we change to minggu 12 is experiment 6 online. Okay, so caranya ialah teacher akan bagi you access video and you are the one from the video you akan explain about the practical, right? Okay, and then week 13, okay, minggu 14, okay, week 13 minggu 13 cikgu akan brief. Okay, briefing about your amali, okay, about your practical test. Okay, and then minggu ke-14 onwards 14, 15 and 16 14, 15 and 16 mostly maybe 3 to 4 weeks depends on requirement. Okay, so 14, 15, 16 kalau refer to our teaching and learning schedule ni cikgu brief dulu kelas Okay, 14, 15, 16 will be your practical test. Kita ikut balik our teaching and learning schedule. Right, so would be your practical test. So macam mana nak buat nanti, masa minggu 13 nanti cikgu brief okay, so bear in mind je. Right, and then so that means yang Kak Cik kata minggu 15 tu yang you come back from when you are dekat college, no more lagi lah okay, tak ada lagi dah buat video. You are going to access the video and you are going to comment, you are going to elaborate the video itself, right? Okay, so ini you yang buat tak adalah nanti okay, for this semester tak ada, so you akan guna yang previous punya video. Okay, so that is basically our our planning for your practical class. Okay, so kalau you tanya practical test macam mana, maybe video online. Okay, so next week kita akan practice lah how based on video you try to jawab soalan you do your practical test. Okay, so briefing nanti cikgu akan terangkan during minggu 13 So minggu 12 nanti kita akan practice because your practical test definitely is video online. Okay, kelas ada soalan? Okay, itu sedikit lah tentang briefing. Okay, now proceed to kita tengok sekejap video daripada Kaisin Boleh dengar suara tak? Alex, boleh dengar tak suara video ni?
Tak dengar.
Dengar tak?
No sound.
No sound okay, sekejap cikgu.
Tak ada suara.
Sekejap Cikgu pergi kat setting ke? Okay, cepatkan sikit lagi lah Okay. So ini step-stepnya nanti. So next week cikgu akan provide you with this video and you are going to explain okay, regarding your senior how they do it. Okay. So this is paling important. This is Kaisin, perkenalkan your senior Kaisin. He's one of juga apa ni excellent students last sem okay, for flat. So ini nanti step yang paling crucial yang teacher nak you all nanti tengok how you nak collect the DNA, how you nak isolate. Sebab tajuk eksperimen 6 next week is isolating DNA, okay? Right? So next week this is the paling crucial step yang teacher nak nanti you all understand and you all yang akan explain, okay, about this step isolating. Okay, sebab step inilah kalau you tak betul-betul buat, you tak boleh dapat result ni yang baik Okay, so nanti after that, okay, so you akan nampak observation dia. Okay, observation dia ni nanti. Okay, right. So itu sikit lah nak bagi briefing. And kalau you all tengok, this is what tadi kamu tak ada rezeki lah nak buat tahun ni. Okay, so this is result last semester cikgu allow them to bring along their own fruits. Okay, kalau provided kalau tengok dalam, kalau you refer to our procedure, objektif satu je, to isolate DNA from plant tissue and material dia it can be any fruits kiwi, banana, onion, tomato, watermelon, and your senior, okay, bila cikgu assign them by group, okay, so diorang bawa semua all sorts of fruit, dia sini eager nak tahu okay, so this is the result. So cikgu just share dengan kamu lah sekurang-kurangnya you get an idea, okay, apa yang patutnya kamu dapat lah kalau you all ada kamu ada rezeki nak buat tapi this because of the COVID, so this year tertangguh, so you just tengok your senior result, your senior Okay, so you boleh tengok kat sini kelas paling banyak ni tengok papaya ni, very nice. Okay, yang saya beri tu kiwi juga kiwi. Okay, so ni ada berapa buah dia buat ni, right? So ini adalah objektif yang kamu nak buat next week kelas Okay, so jom kita discuss our pre-lab module untuk you all dapat the idea apa itu eksperimen 6 next week Okay, teacher dah assign the pre-lab module dalam GC. So nanti please you all tolong buka and nanti okay, tolong wait silap buka. Mana cikgu sekejap. Okay, so back to our OneNote. So jom kita discuss in kelas Okay, so what is actually experiment 6 yang kamu kena buat next week? Okay, dalam pre-lab ni ada 3 learning outcome yang teacher nak you capai. Okay, first teacher nak you faham ataupun you able to state the basic concept of DNA. Okay, basic concept of DNA and it's important dalam post lab Okay, and then state the function of the material used. Okay, ini yang paling penting yang teacher nak you faham kelas There is a few material, okay, a few solution yang kita guna untuk prepare the DNA isolation. Okay, and the most important thing next week yang you nak cikgu nak you explain referring to your seniors video is explain the correct technique. Okay, explain the correct technique of handling apparatus and material for experiment 6. Okay, even though you are referring to the video, okay, itu sebenarnya untuk practice untuk kamu so that nanti bila you answering your practical test online, okay, through the video you will get familiar with it. Okay, right. So nanti cikgu akan assign maybe mungkin couple or 3 orang depends nanti. Okay, so nanti you all kena prepare your PowerPoint maybe Okay. Alright, so jom discuss dulu. So teacher nak you jot down ni kelas Take note, right? Okay. Macam biasa actually kamu sepatutnya read over the lab manual lab manual and then answer the following question. Okay, because everything dalam lab manual ini menjawab kepada the learning outcomes of the pre-lab. Okay, so sebelum you start experiment 6, you need to understand this Okay, kenapa sains nak sangat remove the DNA from organism? Why scientists, why is important? What is the important to remove the DNA from organism? Bagi dua alasan. Okay, give two reasons. Okay, the first reasons like you all dah belajar since you dah belajar chapter 7 now when teacher mention karyotype. Okay, karyotype means the picture of chromosome, right? So from the karyotype, okay, you can actually study the DNA sequencing. Okay, scientists can study the DNA sequencing kelas Okay, because kalau cikgu sebut kromosom je, if you remember, okay, buka je kromosom, you akan jumpa the double helix DNA. Okay, so ini adalah DNA ni DNA on the chromosome. So pada kromosom, pada DNA tu itself, it carry banyak gene gene A, gene B, gene C. Right, gene A, gene B, C and so on, right? Okay, so that's why we scientists come up with experiment where we can remove the DNA from organism, right? Tu satu because kita nak study the structure, okay, the particular, the characteristic, there's a karyotype tu cikgu kita dah belajar semalam, the picture of chromosome, okay. And then satu lagi ialah scientist nak daripada DNA tu itself, kita boleh study about the family lineage, okay, ataupun untuk bantu siapa yang minat dalam bidang forensik. Okay, siapa yang biasa suka tengok CSI previous teacher suka tengok CSI juga okay, how they use DNA. Okay, so kalau kamu minum dekat cawan plastik tu, sebenarnya kamu tinggalkan your DNA sebenarnya. Okay, boleh ambil cawan tu bawa balik makmal, proses, jumpa DNA 1. Okay, so boleh sabitkan one tadi ada kena-mengena tak dengan that particular event lah Okay, apa ni, itu kalau nak cakap betapa uniknya our DNA, right? Okay, so kita dah belajar chapter 2, namakan 3 organelles. Apa organelle kelas yang ada DNA? Yang paling utama sekali apa kelas? The most priceless organelle is nucleus. Am I right kelas? Okay, selain pada nucleus, mitochondria and chloroplast. These are the 3 organelles. Alright, okay. Okay, so next, apa function DNA? Ini lebih pada teori lah kelas carry genetic information, right, for development and function. So kamu dah buat ni chapter 6. Okay, chapter 6 really the topic is expression of biological information when you learn about the concept of central dogma. Okay, central dogma is the flow of genetic information from DNA to RNA and akhirnya dapat protein. Okay, so and then bila cikgu sebut kromosom, chapter 3 kamu dah belajar how chromosome is divided. Okay, kromosom ni diperbuat pada apa? Okay, like teacher mention, okay, bila cikgu lukis one circle and then pentagon. Okay, pentagon kat sini mesti H. Kenapa H? Carbon 2 mesti H because dia deoxyribose. Deoxyribose sugar, yang ini mesti OH lah sebab ini 3 prime, okay, and then ni 5 prime. Okay, and then kalau cikgu lukis lagi this structure, okay, kalau cikgu lukis one carbon ring, so kalau DNA is apa kelas? DNA base nitrogen ni adalah apa? Gas-CT. Ingat kelas So this one is 1 pyrite-CT. So it can be cytosine or thymine. One tu means one carbon ring. Pyrite, pyrimidine. Okay, group ni Okay, so it's banyak-banyak nucleotide ini Okay, banyak-banyak nucleotide becomes polynucleotide and too long, parallel, anti-parallel, sorry. Okay, 5 prime, T prime, okay, 5 prime, T prime, anti-parallel combined with the histone protein. Okay, so dia ada histone protein, then di sinilah kita akan jumpa the chromosome. Ini semua kita dah belajar masa chapter 3 ya kelas Okay, now mari kita tengok eksperimen. Macam mana boleh dapat tadi senior kamu tadi dapat result Okay, so first you need to extract the DNA. So in order to extract DNA, you guna apa kelas? Okay, you ada satu chemical So extraction of DNA in plant cell nucleus differ from animal cell. Briefly discuss. Okay, di sini dia minta you bagi a brief explanation kenapa perbezaan, there is a perbezaan between animal and cell. Okay, mana lebih rumit? Plant ke animal? Plant ke animal? Apa ni Udin? Antara plant dengan animal mana lebih senang nak extract the DNA? Okay, lebih mudah plant, animal Okay, why susah? Because due to the another layer kamu tahu plasma membrane and ada satu lagi layer luar iaitu cell wall. Okay, so cell wall in plant cell ini yang menyebabkan kita kena extra step sikit in order we to extract the DNA. So what are the solution that we need to use? Right? So by using enzyme as a cellulase, okay, kita boleh degrade ataupun kita boleh hydrolyze the cellulose that make up the cell wall. So macam mana kita nak buat? Okay, so this is what we're going to do class step 3. Okay, important that you understand the step in extraction procedure and why each step was necessary. So you need to match the following procedure with the function, right? Okay, so filter fruit mixture through muslin cloth. Okay, kalau you tengok video ataupun you pun dah tengok video yang cikgu dah share kelas Okay, ada satu step yang kena filter Okay, so kalau kamu tengok balik kepada tadi ni. Cuba tengok sekejap kita tengok. Okay, ini bahan dia. Okay, ni you peel the peel Okay, then you have to after you mash kamu kena letak tu. Okay, so this is the mixture kelas The mixture is sieved with muslin cloth. Okay, step the mixture is sieved with muslin cloth. Okay, apa agaknya? Kenapa pentingnya this step? Okay, cuba tengok balik kelas ini step ni. Okay, what do you think kelas? Ini kena minggu depan you are going to present to teacher So please make sure you understand the the process. Class, what do you think? Okay, why the mixture, the fruit mixture kena filter dengan muslin cloth class? Which one? Cuba suara component. Yes, separate component of the cell. Okay, remember class next week you are going to present to teacher class Okay, each step kamu akan explain. Tu untuk prepare for your practical test. Okay, so filter fruits mixture through muslin cloth sebenarnya nak separate the component of the cell. Okay, so then you guna salt detergent solution. Kalau you tengok pada procedure on step 3 tadi peel. Okay, step 4 Step 4, you need to transfer mashed fruit into a beaker and add 100 ml of salt detergent solution and incubate in water bath for 15 minutes. Okay, so you have to mash the fruit. After you have to mash the fruit, you add the salt detergent solution. Tolong ingat kelas ini penting This solution is named as salt detergent solution. So apa pentingnya this solution? Okay, so cuba terus bagi kat sini. Pentingnya lah untuk tadi ni A ni okay, B iaitu apa kelas? Break the break the protein and dissolve cell. Okay, kan teacher mention kelas chromosome. Okay, eukaryote chromosome dia ada histone. Okay, DNA is associated with histone. protein. Am I right, class? Okay, so we have to break the protein ni. Kromosom kan kalau kita tengok kat sini dia akan associate in order to occupy space in nucleus. So dia ada histone protein. So how to separate histone protein dengan kromosom atau break the protein dengan kromosom, okay? So that we can extract the DNA. So we use salt detergent solution. Okay. Kenapa agaknya kena mesh Ratika? Okey, balik kepada tadi ni. Kalau kau tengok kat video tadi ni. Okey, kenapa kena mesh? Okey, lepas peel, step 3 peel Okey, ini semua maksud step 3. Okey, step 3 kena mesh. Ni kena mesh guna mortar Ratika. You kena mash the fruit. Okay, so what do you think, Ratika? Kenapa kena mash?
Dia nak pecahkan protein.
Nak pecahkan protein.
Sel dia.
Okay, ambil pilihan jawapan yang ada dalam kita punya tadi tu. Pilihan jawapan yang tadi tu. Kan dia dah bagi jawapan dalam kita punya ni, okay? Why you smash?
Break up proteins and dissolve cells.
Cikgu cium ni sekarang Ratika. Kita dah buat tadi ni Ratika. Ratika balik kolej nanti. Okay, tengok ni. Okay, kenapa you kena smash the smash and grind grinding the fruits. Okay, of course kan cikgu kat tadi, apa tadi cabaran ni kelas? Tadi kan kita dah cakap di plant cell and animal cell, Ratika tengah minum ke tu, tertinggal je cakap tadi. Plant cell, animal cell ni, they are differ because plant cell, we need to break the cell wall. Okay, so sebelum you boleh pisahkan separate the protein, you kena grind dulu You kena smash and grind. Okay, smash and grind untuk break open the cell. Faham tak Ratika Okay Ratika, ini kan cikgu tu sel, okay, DNA terletak dalam mana? Where you can find the DNA?
Nucleus.
Okay, yes, kromosom is nucleus, right? Kan kita pernah buat aktiviti dulu, dalam sel ada nucleus, dalam nucleus ada kromosom, am I right? Okay, so in order to extract DNA inside the nucleus, okay, because this is a plant cell, sorry cikgu lukis 4 segi pula because it's a plant cell, so you kena break dulu the cell wall. Okay, you kena break dulu the cell wall so that's why kena smash dulu and grinding the fruits. Okay, and then after that kenapa nak tambah alkohol? Okay, tadi kita guna salt detergent solution now kita nak kita add another solution that is alcohol kita guna alcohol. Right? Why we need to add alcohol? Alcohol ni kita tambah masa step 7. Step 7 addition of alcohol to filter extract filtered extract membranes right? Okay, ini adalah crucial step step 7 ni. Step inilah nanti teacher cakap yang cikgu nak kamu, yang cikgu tunjuk tadi kelas where you have to do like this Okay, you kena lebih kurang 180 darjah macam tadi senior kamu buat tadi. Okay, you have to pour. Okay, pour the ice chill alcohol into the side of the boiling tube flat edge. Ini step 7 Ini ialah step 7. You kena pour flat angle flat angle. Okay, so ini cikgu brief dulu. Next week you are going to brief to teacher all the step. Okay, according to the according to the video provided Okay, so mana flat angle-nya yang ni Okay, step 7 yang tunjuk tadi. Ini dia filter. Right. Okay, this one. This is step 7, a very crucial step where you need to pour 10 ml of ice chill alcohol into the boiling tube at flat angle. Okay, kalau you tengok Kaisin buat ni Kaisin buat ni cikgu minta dia buat flat angle dan buat kat sinki So kalau dia tertumpah sikit dah okey lah. Okay. So semua kena buat wajib buat masa tu. Jadi you all ni disebabkan tak ada rezeki nak buat secara hands on. So nanti you all kena tengok how your senior handle the step. Okay. So nanti ini stepnya. Okay, so kamu tengok slowly how Kaisin pour the ice tea alcohol to the apa ni, into the liquid Okay, so ni Lim pun ni smart girl juga ni. Okay, Lim tak berani nak diri so dia duduk. Okay, nanti Ifah pula right. So itu nanti you akan buat. So you akan explain to teacher. Kamu akan explain to teacher. Kamu tak dapat nak buat, just nanti you explain. So step 7 tadi, why you need to add alcohol to the filtered extract membrane. Okay, yes, you nak precipitate the DNA solution. Meaning nanti bila kamu dah buat sini bawah ni is the sieve solution. Okay, we call it sieve mixture Okay, and then so DNA will be here. Okay, yang atas ni alkohol. Ada alkohol, adalah yang sejuk Dipanggil sebab tu dipanggil ice chilled alcohol. Okay, so kita nak precipitate the DNA. Jadi ketumpatan DNA tadi kita tengok kat sini DNA akan berada di tengah-tengah kat sini. Okay, so that's why nanti you dapat result macam cikgu tunjuk, cikgu share dengan kamu tadi dalam gambar Telegram tadi yang ni. Okay, so this is what you can observe in class ni cantik ni kalau banana ni, ini bawah tu, okay, ni dia DNA nya. Okay, this is the DNA and this is the alcohol atas. Okay, so this is what your senior buat saya lupa. Sebenarnya kalau ikutkan cikgu nak juga you buat this sem you guna all sorts of fruits and then buat video tapi because of the changes in schedule, so you all kena ni je lah, kena just just gunakan video je lah okay. So DNA is a polar molecule. Okay, DNA is a polar molecule. Kamu dah tahu yang ni kelas right? Because of the phosphate group, okay, and the base nitrogenous base. So apa signifikannya kita guna alkohol at the last step step 7. Step 7 tadi ni kita guna ice chilled alcohol. Okay, step 8 tu dah you observe the result Okay, so actually pertama kita nak prevent the DNA from dissolving. Okay, as you all know DNA ni boleh bila dia polar molecule dia boleh dissolve So you tak boleh nak kumpulkan dia. That's why kita guna alcohol tu okay, kita guna alcohol tu precipitate the DNA from the solution. Okay, so you nampak nanti kat tengah-tengah ni And satu lagi to enable DNA to form precipitate. Okay, precipitate ni macam enapan lah, mendakan atau enapan Okay, actually apa yang dapat tu tak adalah really DNA the double helix kelas Kau dapat double helix tu, okay, ini kita buat a simple experiment in order to extract. Okay, so we precipitate the alcohol will help to precipitate the DNA from the solution. Okay. Alright, kalau cikgu kata nak digest lipid, you guna lipase. Okay, specific enzyme, right class? Okay, kalau nak sucrose, okay, sucrase. Right, ASE ni semua enzyme So in this question, DNAs, okay, DNAs that destroy DNA are present in the cell cytoplasm. DNAs ni, right, dia boleh it destroy the DNA. That's why kita kena coolkan dia. Kita kena sejukkan alkohol tadi. Why alkohol kena sejukkan kelas? Okay, because DNAs ni kalau kamu faham konsep enzyme dia ada optimum temperature and optimum temperature and also optimum pH, right class? Okay, optimum temperature Okay, so kalau suhu bilik is lebih kurang 28 atau kalau kita manusia our body temperature is 37, okay? So, why we need to use ice chill alcohol? Sebab kita nak lower the temperature. Okay, bila kita sejukkan alkohol tadi, sebab alkohol tadi functionnya kita nak prevent DNA from dissolve and able to precipitate the DNA from the solution. Kita nak kumpulkan DNA tu in between alcohol, okay, and the solution water, mixture solution. Okay, this is the DNA precipitate and this is the alcohol, the ice chill alcohol. So kita gunakan ini alkohol yang sejuk untuk lower the temperature. Okay, so bila kita lower the temperature, so this will help to protect the DNA by destroying. Okay, so DNA is inactive waktu ini, konsep enzim kelas Okay, DNA tak aktif pada waktu sejuk kalau ada pun sangat sedikit. Right, so therefore ini akan bantu kita untuk yield a lot of DNA extraction. Okay, itu adalah rahsia di sebaliknya kenapa kita guna ice chill alcohol. Okay, so satu lagi kelas like teacher mention tadi, banyak kali cikgu sebut dah tadi ni Okay, flat angle kan. Alright, this is step 7 a crucial step Okay, step 7 you mesti pindahkan ice chill alcohol tadi. Okay, ice chill alcohol to the mixture in the flat angle lebih kurang 100 degree Why? Okay, kenapa? Sebab kita tadi apa function the DNA kelas? Apa function the alcohol tadi? The ice chill alcohol mention just now, kita nak kumpulkan, kita nak cuba pisahkan as much amount of DNA to precipitate the amount of DNA, right? Okay, so that's why untuk membolehkan kita betul-betul boleh extract the DNA ataupun isolate the DNA, kita nak pastikan the ice chill alcohol do not mix with the fruit extract cepat sangat so you slowly pindahkan. Okay, so this is step 7 dalam kita punya amali. Okay, so with that teacher dah habislah briefing our pre-lab experiment 6 which kalau you all boleh buat is very interesting. Okay, seronok tak kalau you tengok kelas tadi teacher tu share dengan kamu excited tak kalau you all dapat macam ni?
Excited.
Hello.
Excited cikgu.
Cuba tengok So itulah rezeki kamu tak ada. Kalau tak you all boleh try all sorts of fruits. Okay, senior kamu yang ni yang kelas ni merajin sikit. Dia memang nak bawa macam-macam So ada yang satu kelas tu dia bawa basic yang 4 Actually college kita hanya sediakan 2 je. Dia sediakan kiwi dengan banana tak saya cikgu. Kiwi atau banana, 2 tu je. Okay, tetapi your senior dia bawa semua watermelon, orange, semua dia nak tahu, guava, papaya. So this is the result. So interesting So bila you dah dapat nanti you akan nampak different fruits akan bagi different precipitate. Okay, kalau kita tengok kat sini paling banyak papaya papaya tengok DNA dia. Okay, kiwi juga adalah antara yang yang sangat cantik dia punya DNA. Okay, yang paling susah selalunya banana sikit ada, tapi banana okey juga. Satu yang susah ni red apple. Okay, DNA red apple tu dia cepat sangat dehydrate because maybe sebab you all tahu kan apple pun kalau you dedahkan kepada udara dia akan cepat oxidize kan. Okay, isi dia akan turn to chocolate kan, perang so red apple tu memang yang lain okey. Okay, so just to have you the idea of what we're going to do next week, right? And the step that you need to follow. Okay, eksperimen ni sebenarnya simple je dia tak ada complicated mana because objektif dia satu je. Okay, apa objektif untuk eksperimen 6 ni kelas? Apa objektif dia kalau you refer to our lab manual, objektif satu je iaitu to isolate DNA from plant tissue. Yes, satu je to isolate DNA from plant tissue. Right? Cuma dia interesting because kalau step 7 tadi, step 7 yang juga tadi flat angle tadi yang teacher remind kat you all tadi buat secara flat angle. Kalau you all buat itu betul-betul you akan dapat result yang macam senior kamu share tadi. Okay, so that is experiment 6. So nanti please lengkapkan the pre-lab module dalam GC and turn in ya kelas. So cikgu boleh return nanti. Okay, ada soalan tak kelas before teacher nak move to our post lab pula? Ada soalan tak?
Tak ada. Tak ada cikgu.
Okay, alhamdulillah kalau tak ada kita pergi ke our post lab ataupun lab report untuk eksperimen 5. Okay. Okay, untuk eksperimen 5 like we have discussed last week. Wait Okay, untuk eksperimen 5 like teacher mention, ini tadi yang kita tengok yang cikgu cakap dalam kelas Ini kalau nanti. Okay, eksperimen 6 nanti cool alkohol atas, DNA yang you precipitate tengah and bawah adhesive liquid. Okay, ini kalau gambar secara ni lah. Okay, now we discuss post lab 5 ataupun lab report 5. Okay, teacher dah share the teacher already share the mark scheme, right? Tengok Okay. Okay, so kalau tengok kat sini manipulative skill online, kat sini untuk manipulative skill cikgu bagi semua orang 20 lah because everybody itu take part. Okay, and we calculate each of the phenotype. Okay, so manipulative skill semua orang manage to get 20. Okay, and then seperti biasa title dengan objektif 2 marks, apparatus and materials 2 marks. Okay, introduction 5 marks. Procedure you tulis dalam kelas procedure that means procedure 5.1 and procedure 5.2. Okay, even though kita tak buat eksperimen darah tu, walaupun teacher itu tak discuss, you just write down the procedure like teacher mention kelas Okay, because there is a video that support because itu 5.2 is you tengok video. Okay, so itu menunjukkan bukti yang you memang dah buat procedure based on video. Okay, ini juga adalah antara practice kelas that you are going to do during your practical test. Kamu kena tengok video and based on the video you kena tulis procedure. Okay, cikgu ulang sekali kelas So that's why teacher nak you get used macam mana video itu bantu untuk kamu able to write the procedures. Okay, so procedure muka surat 27 untuk 5.2. Okay, both procedure 8 marks, right? Okay, observation kalau ikut previous observation 20 marks 10 for table 5.1 and 10 for table 5.2. So untuk lab report kali ini totally 20 marks only for your 5.1. Boleh cuba So that means untuk table 5.1 yang kita dah discuss last week. Okay, the result kamu masukkan dalam page 25 tu Okay, tick your own genotype and then you masukkan the observed frequency. Okay, the observed frequency yang kita dah buat last week. Experiment 5 experiment 5 last week. Okay, so that means cikgu akan refer kepada result ni lah. Okay, S1 CP1 ni. Jadi result yang ini semua ni kamu tengok. This is your result yang patut ada dalam jadual kamu. Okay, observed frequency. So this observed, this is observed frequency kelas Okay, so this is observed frequency. Okay, this is expected frequency. Expected frequency ikut Mendel. 3 to 1 monohybrid cross. Okay, monohybrid cross kalau Mendel is 3 to 1. Okay, so semuanya akan 0.75, 0.25 untuk expected. Untuk observe ikut yang kita punya, yang kita dah tengok. Okay, And then after that, done with that, teacher dah bagi kamu sharing. Balik kepada tadi ni. Okay, so untuk observation fully 20 markah untuk table 5.1 ni kelas Okay, and then discussion 15 markah. Okay, discussion cikgu dah guide kamu. Discussion you all today lah mesti ada point compare your result with accepted value. So you all compare lah kelas contohnya, okay, contoh tadi kita punya, let's say kamu punya result untuk shape of nose. Okay, 100% students from S1 CP1 okay, shows straight nose and there is no curved nose. So you explain macam tu kelas Okay, so lari daripada expected value expected value kalau ikut Mendel okay 0.75 sepatutnya kalau dalam kalau ikut Mendel law of Mendel first law of Mendel iaitu monohybrid cross. Okay, then you discuss for the whole characteristic and then last kali you summary kelas you summary because sample kamu kecil. Okay, kalau dia kata compare experimental result with each other, explain your error. Okay, actually dia bukanlah error it is because your sample is small. Okay, kalau ikut Hardy-Weinberg in order for syarat to obey the concept of Hardy-Weinberg law, okay, the gene pool, the concept gene pool, population mesti large. Okay, mesti ramai baru boleh dapat menghampiri expected frequency macam Mendel. Okay, and then comment on the suitability of the method used. Okay, dalam commenting ni kamu boleh sebut contohnya seperti tangan tak ada masalah kelas tapi when you observing contohnya hidung, okay, ataupun dimple, dua karakteristik ini sometimes contohnya dimple kalau kamu dah chubby, mungkin dimple tu tak boleh nampak muka kamu muka dah dah chubby kan, sepatutnya dimple tu ada so itu mungkin ada antara method-method yang kamu boleh cakap error dan juga apa method yang kamu boleh atasi. Okay kelas so now teacher nak share the answer for question okay, untuk question tadi ada 20 soalan. Okay, ada 20 markah kan? Okay, so let's discuss the answer. Okay, 5.1. Okay, 5.1 soalan 1. You guys check Why do you swing your hand? Wait, itu question mana tu? Okay, untuk soalan 26 dulu kelas Why individual with certain heterozygous characteristics are usually called a carrier? Okay, so apa maksud carrier? Okay, ini jawapan dia kelas jadi cikgu snap gambar sekejap. Cikgu snap gambar sekejap Ini gambar tadi. Tak pula kelas. Okay, so cuba bacakan soalan So what's a carrier? Carrier means the individuals inherited heterozygous genotype contain recessive allele, okay, but hidden by dominant allele. Okay, kelas So that means carrier ni biasanya heterozygous, Contoh cuba buat H, capital H, small h, carrier. Okay, meaning this recessive allele is shadow by the dominant allele. Okay, so konsep dia ialah mesti heterozygous, Okay, kalau hemofilia contohnya, perempuan H besar, H kecil. Okay, so after that second question, student inherit left-handed from parents who are both right-handed. Explain the pattern. Nah, ini macam Yao King lah kan? Okay, kita ada dua orang iaitu left-handed kan? Okay, left-handed was recessive. Okay, kelas ini also like my case my third daughter my third daughter juga cikgu left-handed. Sorry, cikgu right, my husband right, tapi teacher ada daughter yang left-handed. Okay, so terangkan patternnya because my daughter inherit recessive allele from both, from us. Okay, so my daughter receive recessive allele, one from me and one from my husband. Okay, so apply in this question because Yao King inherit recessive allele, one from Yao King father and one from Yao King's mother. Okay, atau lebih mudah cakapnya, if left-handed was because left-handed was recessive in our population, human population, so the student inherit both recessive allele from his parents. Okay. So next soalan 3, apa expected frequency of for a person having tongue rolling ability and attached earlobe? Okay, so expected frequency ni bergantung kepada kita punya kelas lah. Berapa itu kelas kita, kelas expected kita? Nanti dibagi Okay, kelas ni, so rolling tongue 3/4, attached earlobe 1/4. Okay, so expected frequency dia adalah 3/16. Boleh faham kelas 3/4 times 1/4 So 3/16. Okay, so itu soalan 3 expected dia tongue rolling because tongue rolling is dominant attached earlobe is recessive. Okay, so you times 2 this one dapat expected frequency for tongue rolling and attached. Okay, soalan 4, what is expected frequency for a person to have all 6? Jadi all 6 recessive. Meaning kelas apa expected frequency untuk semua recessive? Mendel cakap ialah 1/4. So disebabkan dia nak involve 6 characteristic, so 1/4 to the power of 6. 1/4 to the power of 6. So these are the expected frequency for for individual. Okay, dalam kelas kita sangat rendah. Okay, frekuensi untuk semua seseorang itu dapatnya semua recessive sangat rendah. You faham tak masuk soalan ni kelas? Okay, meaning you all tak semestinya akan dapat semua recessive there is a mix. Okay, ada yang dominant, ada yang recessive Alright, okay, itu 5.1. Alright, 5.2 pula soalan dia, answer dia, walaupun you all tak buat eksperimen ni, you all kena jawab soalan dia. Okay, ada 6 question, why you have to swing your hand for 10 to 15 seconds. Okay, tolong take note di kelas ni, you have to prepare all the possible consequences about your practical test. Okay, so practical test sekarang ni kita tak boleh nak agak dah apa yang akan keluar. Because now it is based on video. Kalau hari tu cikgu ada beritahu kamu chapter 6, experiment 6, you all dah boleh letak tepi lah but now tak lagi because everything kena ambil tahu. Okay, so same goes to experiment 5 right, so kenapa walaupun nanti kita tak buat secara eksperimen practical, but kalau dia bagi kamu video, so you kena tahu juga the step so why you must swing your finger, why you must swing your hand about 10 to 15 seconds before pricking the tip of your middle finger, because ini nak allow apa kelas? Okay, kita nak make sure blood flow to the fingertip di ujung jari. So nanti kita nak prick fingertip kat sini ujung ni. Okay, so you have to swing your hand Okay, and then yang kedua, why can't you use the same lancet? Okay, kita tak lancet ni ini kalau ni lancet kenapa tak boleh guna lancet yang sama? Okay, kamu pun tahu konsep sharing blood, konsep sharing jarum. Right, you tak boleh share needle. So ini untuk avoid blood contamination from others in order to prevent infection of disease. Contoh macam HIV kan, the best example. Okay, and then before you nak test your blood, before bila you dah drop let's say sebenarnya kamu ada apa tu? Yang ni cikgu tak buka video tapi kalau kamu tengok video tu, okay, sebelum you nak drop your finger, your blood, okay, nak drop your blood, okay, sebelum ambil dapat blood tu, you kena wipe dulu okay, you need to wipe dulu your apa tu? The first drop of blood is diluted so that's why you kena buang dulu. Okay, in order to get accurate test result, the first drop you need to discharge to get a fresh blood. So after the first drop tadi you dah discharge, then the second drop itulah baru consider as your sample. Okay, so that is why soalan 3 kelas ni, why do you need to wipe off the first blood drop? Okay, soalan 4, right? Different toothpick prevent the contents of slide. Okay, kenapa you kena guna different toothpicks to mix your blood? Okay, bila you dah letak your blood okay. Okay, bila you dah okay, bila kamu dah letak your blood okay, dalam ni so you kena guna toothpick untuk mix so you kena guna toothpick so one sample of blood, one toothpick. Okay, why? So ini untuk make sure okay, nak avoid contamination. Macam sama juga tadi, kenapa you tak boleh share lancet? Okay, avoiding contamination from one slide to another. Okay, itu penting lah use different toothpick to prevent the content of slide 1 from crossing to slide 2. Okay. Okay, question 5 is actually application. Okay, question 5 asks you individual with O blood groups. Okay. As you all know, secara teorinya orang jenis darah O ni adalah universal donor you orang tahu So apply your understanding kat situ untuk answer this question. So can individual O blood group donate his blood? Totally the answer will be yes. Kenapa yes class? Because yes, group O is universal donor. Okay, so bila universal donor, okay, apa goodnya? So but you all dah tahu konsep kelas konsep the concept of how we detect the blood group okay, actually we detect the blood group based on the antigen. Okay, so because orang O ni absent of antigen on the red blood cell surface, so dia boleh derma to anyone A boleh, B boleh, AB pun boleh. Okay, so therefore a person having type A or B or AB can receive type O blood because it would takkan berlaku any agglutination. Okay, there will be no agglutination. There wouldn't be any agglutination reaction between the antibody A present in type A blood. Okay, which we call as an anti-A or anti-B or anti-AB. Right, so that is the thank you very much for those yang ada O, blood group O. Okay, kalau you all cukup darah, cikgu harap kamu rajinlah menderma darah Okay, bank darah kita kalau pusat darah negara dekat KL tu selalu juga buat program derma darah cuma COVID ni lah diorang kena berhati-hati sebab kita tak tahu, right? Okay, the donor tu nanti. Okay, next question 6. Okay, the last question. Situasi given, ibu, mother is O blood group. Okay, ibu is cikgu buat small I Ibu small I. Okay, ayah pula, okay. Ayah pula tahu tak ayah dia? However, she is not convinced that the baby belongs to her because her husband has AB. Okay. Ayah dia pula IA, IB. Betul tak kelas? Okay. So, isteri IA darah O, suami darah B. So, this is parents. Okay. So, tetapi didapati anak beliau berdarah. Okay, walaupun darah O. Okay, tetapi baby girl dia a baby girl having the same blood group dengan dia. Okay, so she claim might be a swapping for babies lah. Bukan swab untuk apa ni, COVID juga, ini berlaku swapping babies on the nursery. So explain. So do you think there is a apa ni, swapping baby berlaku? Okay, so cuba kamu draw the genetic diagram So the gamete, so apa kelas akan bagi I je, and father, sperm father will carry one is IA, okay, another sperm will carry one is IB. Betul tak kelas? Okay, so dapat F1. So when the sperm fertilize with ovum, so dia akan dapat anak IAI. So anak dia berdarah A. Satu lagi sperm, okay, IBI. So anak dia berdarah B. So anak dia sama ada A atau B. Tak mungkin O Okay, so how you nak explain in words? So biological parent donate one of their two ABO allele to the child. Okay, a mother is a a mother is a blood type O, can only pass O allele to her daughter. A father pula ada AB, only can pass the both dominant allele, allele A atau allele B Okay, allele A O atau kelas Ini salah satu kan, because the concept of Mendel law of segregation, during the formation of gamete, only only one allele can end up in each gamete. Okay, so this couple could have children. Okay, this couple could have children of either blood type A, or blood type B, because ibu always recessive and father dua-dua dominant. So having a daughter with type blood O is impossible. Yes, tak mungkin kalau tengok pada the genetic diagram. So kamu convince kan? Okay, betul ibu ini naluri hati seorang ibu kan? Okay, she claim that their babies berlaku swapping so dia boleh claim. So that is help class that the babies was swapped in the nursery. Okay, so that is overall untuk discussion for our apa ni kelas? Question 5.1 and question 5.2. Okay, so untuk question teacher mention just now 20 markah kelas So jadi back to our apa tadi? Back to our post lab tadi. Okay, so here online 20 you dapat kelas Objective and title 2, apparatus and material 2, introduction 5, procedure 8, table guna table 5.1 kalau you record semua that means total you dapat 20 marks. Okay, discussion like teacher mentioned just now, you analyze and discuss. Okay, 15 marks. Apa yang kamu kena discuss, this is the point you kena ada. Okay, so kalau semua ni ada, you manage to get all full marks And then conclusion as usual, you conclude based on objective. Okay, so untuk 5.2 objektif tak adalah sebab kita tak buat. Okay, kamu just conclude untuk 5.1. Right, so objektif 5.1 ada dua baru ni. To determine the inheritance of genetic trait control by single gene in humans and to determine the inheritance of ABO blood groups. Okay, so untuk learning outcome nombor 2 tu kamu tak payah conclude anything because kita tak buat So you conclude only experiment 5.1. Dah jawab soalan tadi, reference 3 markah. So all in your lab report is 80. Okay, so 80 tambah 20 it goes for 100 kelas Okay, so back to our class. Kita tengok sekejap. Okay, cikgu cakap seorang ke ni? Hello, Ain? Ain boleh tanya Ain?
Boleh.
Okay, Fatin? Jadi terjawab soalan Fatin tadi. Cikgu dah jawab soalan Fatin sebab Fatin tanya cikgu apa tadi? Apa Fatin tanya cikgu? Fatin? Hello? Okay, so Fatin kamu buat je prosedur tapi sampai dekat result Fatin tulis apa? The experiment was not conducted. Okay, the experiment was not conducted due to the MCCO So student article and demonstration video of the procedures, right? So just understand and then jawab soalan. Ni apa tu? Terbalik tu? Terbalik tu. Siapa terbalik tu? Cuba tak sempat tengok. Is it okay, Nabila?
Okey.
Okay, Nabila Tengku, cukup makan tengku. Tengku dah tak boleh kan? Hello Tengku?
Ya, cikgu.
Tengku kat college kan?
Tak, saya dekat rumah.
Oh Tengku, yang kat college tu apa ni, S1CP3, sorry Semua orang sihat right? So Suhui, okay?
Okay.
Alright, okay. So Danisha, okay? Umu Danisha, you again?
Okay, cikgu.
Ya, cikgu.
Okay, Togesh?
Okay, cikgu.
Right, okay. Nani, okay? So Alhamdulillah semua okay. So bila you all boleh, okay, jangan lupa sign up your attendance kan? Cikgu share dulu. Your attendance. Okay, sign up your attendance dulu kelas for today's online pre and post lab. Okay, so next week like teacher mention, nanti teacher akan apa ni, jadikan dulu the video YouTube. Okay, your senior video to YouTube So nanti teacher akan assign every, depends nanti nak buat couple ke atau triplet Okay, kalau kita ada 19 orang, 19 kalau triplet 6 kali 3, 18. That means kita akan ada 6 group lah 6 group kalau 3 orang and 1 group akan ada 4 orang. Okay, I think cikgu nak assign 6 group lah each a practicum so that you can present 2 jam next week So nanti kita akan cabut undi siapa yang akan present dulu, siapa yang akan present kemudian. Semua orang kena present nanti next week. Okay, so nanti cikgu akan cuba bagi by ni lah, ini sebab teacher nak, cikgu okay, this week nak kejar you all punya apa tu? You all punya apa ni? Assignment tu Okay, hoping assignment kamu semua orang dah okay, cuma sempat Okay, you all tengok-tengok juga video kawan-kawan yang cikgu dah share tu, yang cikgu komen sebagai guidelines. Kalau nanti tak sempat Okay, so today dah 27. So you ada lagi 28, 29, 30, 31. You have another 5 days lagi nak lengkapkan. Okay, kalau according to nanti you all kalau boleh balik college on 30th is hari 30 hari apa kelas? Hari Isnin ni kan? 30 November tu hari Isnin. So masa tu you all kira dah nak get ready for your apa ni? Study week dah lagi 2 minggu study week and then your final exam. Okay, tapi tak tahulah MCO ni for apa ni, because nilai sekarang dah MCO. Okay, Seremban today pun dah naik kan dia punya dos yang COVID. Okay, tak tahu pula takut MCO. All just get ready kelas just always apa ni update. Okay, because now teacher tak boleh apa tu, because of the COVID anything can change. Okay, right, apa pun always stay safe at home while the MCO period over Okay, so I think kalau tak ada apa-apa, so last pukul berapa you all boleh submit your lab report dan GC? Kelas you all kena bagi cikgu masa sebab you all yang tentukan. Today hari apa? Hari Selasa. Wan, buat apa nak ni Wan? Wan?
Ya, saya cikgu.
Makan ke?
Tak ada lah cikgu, belum makan lagi.
Dah lunch hour ni. Okay, so before we stop, what time teacher nak you nak teacher bagi masa sampai what time? Untuk you update everything your lab report before you turn in GC. Memang kena turn in dalam GC kelas tak ada dah cara lain. Because kalau nak tunggu kamu hantar secara fizikal lagi sebulan So you turn in GC. So nanti cikgu boleh senang nak nak monitor your marks. Nowadays kelas whatever yang cikgu assign dalam GC, tolong make sure you return in, because that is the proof yang you yang you buat. Okay, because the COVID kita tak tahu your semester ni tiba-tiba kamu tak perlu balik Semester 1 ni you just our sem 1 ni endingnya kamu jawab online, and then you dah settle your sem 1. We don't know anything can happen. Okay, so teacher nak you all always bear in mind, GC tu please kalau cikgu bagi assign je buat je. Okay, sebab itu adalah proof untuk your marks, whatever untuk proof your marks for your preparation tu for your next sem. Okay, tantas kamu datang balik sem 2 Januari. We don't know Okay, rumus-rumusnya mungkin macam tu kita tak tahu. Tapi apa pun okay, back to ni before we stop dah almost 1 o'clock. Teacher pun nak you rehat. Semayang, makan, and then ready for your next class pukul 2. Cikgu ada kelas juga. So last pukul berapa you nak boleh submit? Everybody semua agree ni. Cikgu bagi peluang ni. So pilih satu time untuk you everybody selesa dan pastikan you submit. Itu je syarat dia. Okay, what time teacher?
Malam boleh?
Okay, what time? Kena bagi cikgu tak boleh malam. Malam pukul apa?
Sebelum pukul 10?
Okay, cikgu akan macam ni lah to be fair, cikgu schedulekan nanti sebelum pukul 12 malam ni That means 12 tepat, that means 11.59 cikgu akan schedule cikgu akan terus schedule lepas ni. So 11.59 is the deadline malam ni, okay? Okay, class agree?
Okay, cikgu.
Okay, agree Alright, so make sure everybody sebelum 11.59 malam ini turn in your lab report for experiment 5, okay? So tadi cikgu dah bagi briefing, dah discuss, so cikgu rasa kamu dah boleh dapat the idea and make sure you turn in. Okay kelas? Alright, okay, so kita round table, kita go by group lah Okay, my boys, ada apa-apa soalan you nak tanya before we stop our class? All my handsome boy?
Alhamdulillah cikgu, setakat ni tak ada apa cikgu.
Okay, right, good one, thank you. Representing XY. Okay, and all my XX, my girls. Anything, Umi?
Cikgu, saya nak tanya.
Okay, tanya siapa tu, cuba kenalkan diri dulu.
Nabila.
Okay, Nabila, ya Nabila.
Yang soalan assignment nombor 4 tu, kalau nutrition fact dia tulis,
sebaiknya Nabila cuba cari yang lactose free, sebab soalan tu memang nak, kalau you dapat nutrition fact dia adalah lactose free, itu paling baik, try tu.
tapi
that
dekat
means
gambar
dalam
susu tu,
kalau yang cubalah cari susu yang betul-betul ada lactose free tu. Sekarang ni tak kisahlah kalau you brand sama dengan kawan, tapi cuba cari angle lain macam ni maksud you. Okay, let's say kalau Nabila punya sama lah dengan Wan ke Isomil juga, tapi cari angle lain tapi highlight kan lactose free. Itu confirm Nabila dapat markah. Kalau berapa persen tu nanti akan ada argument, so nanti rugi kat kamu.
tapi gambar susu tu, gambar tin susu tu dia ada tulis lactose free, cuma dekat nutrition fact tu je tak ada.
Weh, kalau macam tu you highlightkan gambar tin tu lah.
Okay.
Highlightkan, besarkan, bulatkan. Okay, so nutrition fact dia from this brand of milk, okay, is a lactose free. Itu okay kalau you dapat. Yang penting ada dalam dia punya labeling tu, labeling susu tu, okay, lactose free. Itu penting untuk dapatkan satu markah for your for B kan, for B tu. Soalan 4B. Okay, so my girls itu ya. Nabila ada yang lain? Nurin? Nurin pula. Nurin P2. Lisha. Nurin buat juga tapi Nisha. Cuba panggil Lisha Nur Marlisa. Aimi? Umu? Semua
Okey, cikgu.
so, kalau semua okay, so that I think that's all for today. Okay, stay safe class. And kita jumpa lagi esok. Sekejap, hari ni Selasa. Esok lah Okay, so thank you class. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and enjoy your lunch. Okay, bye.
Terima kasih,
Terima kasih, cikgu.
Cikgu.
Enjoy your lunch.
Thank you,
Okay,
cikgu.
bye. Okay,
Terima kasih, cikgu.
thank you.
Terima kasih, cikgu.
Okay.